Next competitor is Charles Masters Rodriguez, MK3 Industries.
My name is Charles Masters Rodriguez, and I'm the founder and CEO of MK3 Industries. Here at MK3, we keep you moving. MK3 Industries is an innovative wholesale distribution company focused on providing the highest quality automotive parts and products to our valued customers, businesses, and government agencies. Our vision is to revolutionize the supply chain industry for the automotive parts. Now, here's the problem. The automotive supply chain is outdated. They are stuck in the past. Some of my suppliers and business owners still do paper receipts and still go through emails all the time for their sales. They're inefficient. The entire process, there's too much waste, right? It's not streamlined. It's complicated all around the bout. And it's fragmented. It's complex and it's fragile. If you're a small business or a mechanic trying to look for a certain part, you have to look through 6 different distributors and maybe some manufacturers in order to find all the parts that you need. Now, Henry Ford once said, "Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, but working together, that is success." And that is exactly what we're trying to do with MK3. We are proposing a B2B marketplace platform where automotive retailers, distributors, and manufacturers can come together and buy all their business needs all in one-stop shop. This would grow sales and profits. It would happen where supply meets demands, which would optimize the economic model for them. And this is also very important with the increasing transition to EV vehicles as well. We would improve supply chains through lean models and then also the next generation manufacturing model, which is where manufacturers talk directly to their consumers to find the problem. And then we would share real-time data up and down the supply chain. This would allow us to store that data, create business intelligence, use integrations from these different manufacturers, distributors, such as their CRMs or their websites, and then use AI to basically forecast those sales for them for the future. Now, this is the exciting part, right? So the market size is $1.9 trillion in revenue for auto products sold worldwide for the total addressable market, $75.3 billion revenue in auto products online for the serviceable addressable market, and then MK3 is confident that we can secure 5 to 7% of that serviceable addressable market with $5 billion in revenue for auto products sold with MK3 for a serviceable obtainable market. Now, how it works, right? Like I said, we're going to be a one-stop shop solution, a web and mobile platform where small businesses such as traveling mechanics can talk and order from distributors and talk and order from directly to the manufacturer. And that can cross as well. So now the mechanics can, if they have an order that's big enough, they can go directly with the manufacturer. And all this data would go directly into the hub, and that would allow for forecasting with sales, forecasting with inventory. The inventory management system and software would be more efficient. And that would be done by just creating a user account, searching by product through manufacturing part number or UPC. You filter by small business, distributor, or manufacturer, put your address in there, and then complete the purchase at volume. Now, the business model would have 2 components to it. So there would be a 3-tiered subscription model, a starter, advanced, and an enterprise package. And then depending on that package, it would be a 3 to 5% commission fee per sale. So at $5 billion, 3% of that would equal $150 million in revenue for us. Now, the adoption strategy is simple as well. In the automotive industry, there are more than enough trade shows. It would actually be hard to hit all of them, but we would try to hit monthly. We have strategic partnerships. Sustainment Tech is also another tech company that connects local U.S. manufacturers to suppliers in need. And they are actually SBIR certified or SBIR funded. We'd also partner with Florida National University, the West Point Graduate Network, and the Military Veteran Network to connect with other manufacturers that would want to join. In addition to that, we would have paid media ads, such as Auto Trader, Facebook Meta ads, and we would also include a freemium account to try to basically increase the user accounts in terms of permanent users. Now, so there's risks to this. Obviously, our competition is definitely hefty. In terms of the consumer side, there's O'Reilly and Advanced Auto Parts. They don't really focus on the business to business. They're more just, they're just more the marketplace for consumers. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of low quality and low cost, there's Alibaba and Temu. If you haven't heard of Temu, it's the fastest growing app in the United States. It's a Chinese-owned company based in Boston. And then in terms of the high quality and low cost side, there's the big elephants in the room, which is eBay and Amazon. Now, mentioning eBay and Amazon, I will tell you right now, I started my growth selling on Amazon, then went into eBay, and then went into Walmart. Amazon has some big issues with their sellers. If you don't believe me, just Google Amazon seller issues on Reddit, and you will just be amazed by the customer friction. eBay is a very simple but archaic and glitchy system. I still have issues selling there on the daily. But MK3 Industries wants to be more on the high quality side, especially support for the sellers. Will be at a higher cost at first, but with economies of scale, we hope to go down to a lower cost end. Now, the competitive advantage, that's me over there, Tommy Boy, when I'm trying to sell on Amazon or eBay. I know the seller pain points. I live them every single day. I call Amazon on the daily because I have issues with them in terms of refunds. But users are already looking for alternatives. They're already ready to jump ship and look for something new. eBay actually lost 30% of their growth in the auto side because they started going to Craigslist. So people are really ready to find another marketplace. We'd be B2B focused, business to business marketplace first, right? The problem with Amazon is they've kind of expanded. They try to do everything. We would focus mostly on business. We would not handle any of the inventory. We would support logistics, not control it. We would have higher seller support, and we would include business intelligence dashboards for all the users of the marketplace. And what I'm really excited about is the B2G business to government opportunities. Local, state, federal certifications, all the users would be able to upload those, such as myself, which I have those as a distributor, and that would also increase the U.S. exports for us as well. Now, management, there's also another risk here. I'm the only CEO and founder right now. I've bootstrapped this business from the bottom up, but I will say that I have extensive experience on entrepreneurship and e-commerce. West Point grad with an engineering management degree, MBA at FIU, project management professional, and Lean Six Sigma black belt. That's all jargon for I know processes and I know how to eliminate waste and make them more efficient. I have a great panel of key advisors. Robert Hacker, who built $1 billion publicly traded company in Indonesia, taught at MIT and now is the co-founder and director of Startup FIU. Carlos Ramon, a former PwC consultant, Bentley University MBA grad, and a CPA, also jargon for he's a finance guru, which I need. And then Dustin Casillo is the CEO and director of partnership, also a USMA grad, veteran advocate, and he is basically an expert at tech and full stack mobile app and web app development, which we'll be using Coreware Group as the solution to our problem. And also, obviously, a panel of amazing support with Veterans Florida, Bunker Labs, Startup FIU, SBDC, and the Veterans Entrepreneurship Initiative. Now, in terms of financial projections, we already have traction. In terms of the B2B distribution website, we're already building it. We launched on July 4th. We already have 3 manufacturers that are ready to basically join the ecosystem so that we can start kind of fine-tuning the pain points. In terms of revenue, we've already hit $120,000 last year with gross profit of 20%. Year to date, as of today, we've hit $100,000 in revenue for 2023 with 30% gross profit, and we forecast 2023 ending with $300,000 and a gross profit margin of 40%. From 2022 to 2023, that's 155% growth rate. Now, the ask, we are looking for $150,000 to create the minimum viable product for our automotive B2B marketplace and web and mobile platform. With that being said, please join us in revolutionizing the automotive supply chain industry, and I'm open to any questions or if you'd like to talk to me at the back as well, I'd love that.
Real quick, like one of the things you talk about is B2B, but who is the B? So is it garages? Is it fleet? Is it, some examples, please?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So again, that's kind of the problem with the industry as it is right now. It's very fragmented. I would be focusing more on the traveling mechanics, the small mom and pop shops, auto mechanics, right? They would now be able to directly communicate with the distributors and local distributors, mind you, right, to save money, like depending on shipping, and then also manufacturers. So for instance, if you're in Nashville, if you're a mechanic in Nashville and you can reach the volume that the manufacturer needs, just order directly from the manufacturer. And now you're establishing that relationship.
So I got a couple of questions for you. One is, what is going to be your distinct difference between all the other competitors from a technological perspective? Because I think that's what you were hinting at, the fact is that you're trying to build something because there's antiquated solutions out there right now. So what is that distinction between everybody else? And then I have a follow-up after that.
For sure. So I think in our aspect, it's just simplicity and it's niche. We are going to be focused on the business, right? Everybody else is trying to do everything. Amazon has B2C, they're B2B. Now they're trying to do B2G and they're failing at it miserably. Like I said, I have that experience. We're only going to focus on B2B and get that right. Now, that doesn't mean that like if we succeed there, we might be able to transition and help B2C, but we're solely focused on the B2B side.
And then the last question I have right now is one of the things that you had showed on your competitive advantage is your quality is going to be higher than others, right? So how are you focused on getting, is it the quality of parts? Is it the quality of the system? Is it all the above? And if I'm specifically asking about the quality of parts, how are you going to be able to provide higher quality types of parts or things like that?
Yeah, for sure. So another one of the issues with the marketplaces right now is it's a reseller market, right? We're going to be focusing on the industry experts and the manufacturers. You're partnering directly with them rather than just getting some reseller with, an outsourced team and just trying to make profits. And in addition to that, we're going to be focusing on local supply chains first, right? That's another big issue that we're having right now is I think we saw that with COVID. The global supply chain is very fragile, one issue, and now you're having, problems with transport with sea and everything like that. So we would be focusing mostly on the local and especially the United States first, and then expand from there.
Yeah, well, I would like to know your strategy to switch to the paradigm of that B. I'm up in Georgia, and I deal with a lot of individual mechanics. I have an exotic vehicle and an antique vehicle. And the folks I hire, they typically have their guy that's at Napa or over at AutoZone. They grew up with them with the high school. How do you get that guy, that B, that business to switch to you? Yeah.
Great question. So
and pay a prescription to do it.
Yeah. Great question. So the automotive industry is almost like a cult-like industry. It's a very small industry. Being a distributor already in the industry, it's an easier transition for me to say, listen, we have this new solution that has been actually helping out. And oh, by the way, it's a solution for me as a distributor coming in, right? And in addition to that, the small, medium, and large partners that I already have are very well established in the industry, and they're looking for this solution as well. So once I think that they see that, it'll catch like wildfire. Because in the end, everybody's just trying to look for a better solution than Amazon and eBay and Craigslist, and because again, they focus on every single niche. I mean, we are solely focused on automotive business.
I have a revenue question. You have subscription model, correct? And those are monthly?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And the revenue that you demonstrated, the 110, is that subscription or is that cost plus?
So you're talking about the traction slide with the revenue?
110.
Okay. So yeah. So the 110, everything that you see there, that traction is purely distributor sales, right? There's no traction yet in terms of the actual software system because it hasn't been created yet, right? Right now, we're only building the B2B to like save more money in terms of the distributor niche and try to find more pain points so that when we get that 150,000, we can create a better platform for everybody to join.
So what is that switch point that you turn on your subscription model?
Yeah, so basically they would start at the basic, right? Just to get used to it at $29.99. But if you're doing that, then it would probably be a 5% commission fee. And then as they increase in sales, and we would obviously set guidelines in terms of that growth, right? So like at the starter package, you have to do this amount of sales. Once you reach kind of like, the advanced, you can reach this. And then enterprise, you're doing volume, right? So we want to give you 3% commission fees. Thank you so much.